Welcome in everybody to the Forest Acres Classic. I'll talk a lot in a very short time, in about a couple seconds, but welcome in. About to have the national anthem. First game of 4 today. Again, I'll do my whole spiel on the whole tournament and everything. Let's get underway. So I'm going to step back real quick. We'll do national anthem and we'll be right back.
Move your hats as we honor America with our national anthem. Okay, folks, after we get the bases on the field, we'll start the game.
All right, everybody, welcome into the Forest Acres Classic. For those who remember me from last year, welcome back. For those who are new, welcome in. This is one of the premier spring break tournaments and maybe just potential high school tournaments in all of high school baseball. And we're so excited to have you guys here for now. What's hopefully going to be 4 straight days of baseball, 14 games. For those who do not know, this is the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic, not the 20th because of something we like to call COVID-19. But this is now 20 years in the making, what has been a just tournament that brings in talent from all over the place. And if you're here from a Cardinal Newman fan or if you're visiting or watching from away, that is correct. That is the Miller School of Albemarle from Virginia. Another couple name you might know is their head coach, now the newest inductee of the Hall of Fame for baseball, Billy Wagner, the star closer, who took a little too long to get in, if you ask my unbiased opinion. But as a Mets fan, we love to have him in there and represent. All right, for everyone new, welcome in. Forest Acres Classic. I'll do a quick spiel for Cardinal Newman, who's making the return to the Classic. Of course, Miller has been a staple in this field now for the past 8 years. Forest Acres Classic is going to be 4 days, 2 brackets, 1 champion. So there's going to be bracket B. It's going to be Cardinal Newman, Miller, of course. The other 2 are Lugoff, Elgin, and Lexington. Bracket number 1 is AC Flora, the hosts, of course, River Bluff, Airport, and the Hammond School. This is going to be a little longer than usual just because I'm going to try to get everything down. So apologies for everyone listening in who doesn't want the full spiel, but if you need a full spiel again, just push someone back here. All right, so it's going to be a full 4 games. It's round robin style the first 3 days, so everyone will play everybody in their bracket, meaning if you're a Cardinal Newman fan, you're going to play Miller, Lexington, and Lugoff. Elgin, of course, the Miller fans should know how this works, considering they won it last year, the defending champions. And now they're trying to win it again. Cardinal Newman making the return to the Classic after a couple years off. And so how that'll work, you'll play round robin. Both sides will play round robin. And then you'll play championship game. However, there's a slight change. There's no more 5th place game on Thursday. It's just a 1st and a 3rd. So the top 2 of each bracket will get the honors of playing 4 games. Everybody else will play 3. Half and half makes my Thursday a little easier, even though, you know, I'm still a little upset I don't get to call multiple games. It is what it is. But it'll probably get a lot of teams like Miller, who is traveling from very far away, back home. All right, everybody, let's rock and roll. I'll try to go through starting lineups right as I can get there. It's a little windy, meaning I'm having to now adapt on the spot. Of course, that makes my life a lot harder. But let's rock and roll. All right, Miller and Cardinal Newman. Again, my name's Alex Ross. If you remember me from last year, I'm going to call these radio style, meaning a lot of information and that will probably help with the stagnant camera. Of course, there is a camera, so you'll pretty much be able to see everything in the infield, but the outfield's a little harder to navigate. Of course, Jeff, who streams everything, will be here for a couple games, but not a ton. Well, it's righty on righty. Roland Boyd on the bump. Noah Gray leading off for the Miller School. And we are underway here in the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic, the 19th annual. Boyd throws it. That one's bunted down the left field line, excuse me. Boyd gets off the bump. Strong throw to first in time. We're one away as I'm trying to settle in myself. Gotta love the wind. All right, that brings back up Drew Lucy. Of course, I have stats on everybody, so apologies for the Miller fans who are gonna want me to say everything. Don't worry, I'll get around to it, but I'm trying to now tape down everything after, of course, time catches up on you in the most unusual ways possible. Righty on righty, Drew Lucy takes high, ball one. If you just let me, I gotta make sure my stuff does not fly away before I'll run through starting lineups, run through the field for both Cardinal Newman and Miller. It'll be a little more coordinated the next couple games and hopefully the next game and days. 1-0 is a little high and inside ball one. Also bear with me, I'm gonna have to try to keep up with the, or ball two. I'm gonna try to keep up with the score bug as well. That score bug should be accurate. I got pretty good at it running it last year, so again, we'll be a little more professional as we go on. Just trying to fill time. Swing and a miss through a change-up, it's strike one, 2-1 the count. The 2-1, called strike two, fastball low. So Lucy stepping in, the senior catcher, hitting .327 this year. The right-hander has a 2-2 count from Roland Boyd. He'll await the pitch. That one's lined to the left field side, foul. First time it hits the trees here in Forest Acres. Of course, I'm hoping we kind of aired the pollen out. You know, the pollen was a big factor about a couple weeks ago here, as it always is in South Carolina. So hopefully everything works. Oh, we got a nice little stream. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sorry, Jeff's setting up a monitor for me, which I am very, very happy about if you couldn't tell. That is strikeout number one, though, for Boyd, and out number two here in the first.
Now batting number 12, pitcher, Evan
It's
Hankins.
fine. This brings up potentially the best player in the tournament, Evan Hankins. Hankins getting the start on the bump today for Miller. And the hulking lefty is ready and waiting, the current reigning Charlie Fettner MVP award winner. First pitch is off speed away, ball one. Well, the Charlie Fettner MVP award is the MVP of the entire tournament. That will be announced after all the games have been played on Thursday. Hankins, after a stellar performance last season, returns here to the Forest Acres Classic as a senior. The 1-0 called strike one. Looks like a changeup on the inside. Oh, nice. It's 1-1. Yep. The right-hander throws, foul back. It's 1-2. What's up? Everything's great. So, of course, Hankins joined the likes of recent winners like Bo Hollins, who, of course, if you're around the Palmetto State, you know, is making waves as a freshman everyday starter for the Gamecocks. And, of course, Walker Mitchell. Mitchell has been playing as an everyday third baseman for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. The 1-2 heaters inside. Boyd not taking his task lightly. It's 2-2. And, of course, Hankins could be playing against both of them in the near future, as he is going to be a Tennessee Volunteer coming up in a couple of months. That team has been scorching hot as well, one of the best teams in college baseball. Hankins has been committed to the Volunteers for multiple years. The 2-2. That one's popped to the left side, foul, out of play. So 2-2 the count, 2 gone here in the opening frame of the Forest Acres Classic, the first game of 14 games. Both teams looking to make it to that Thursday game and potentially play for a championship. Coming home, the pitch, that one's lined right back where it came from. It'll go into center. Hankins has the first hit of the Classic, a single right back up the middle. And he will try to continue his back-to-back bid now at first. And right on cue, going to be a courtesy runner here. That's Dylan O'Connor. Hankins acting as the pitcher today, even though he's a first baseman more at heart, I believe. He'll return to the dugout as the Miller School will get their first base runner of the afternoon, or I guess the late morning? Yeah, late morning. It's 11:05. They always start early on me, I swear. Now it's the cleanup hitter, Mandela Manny Brauman. You know, Miller goes from good to just as good. Brauman committed to the Tar Heels of North Carolina within the last year that I've saw him, and he's had a couple of memorable moments, especially for me in last year's Classic, including saving the game against AC Flora for Miller. People forget about that, and well, in more than one way, I guess. Righty on righty, changeup upstairs, misses and gets away from the catcher, Tier. That goes back to the backstop. It'll be 1-0. Brauman, for those who remember, came in against AC Flora, pitched a cold inning from center field. Miller was in an 11-inning affair with the Falcons, and of course we'll talk a lot about that as this game progresses and the tournament. And Brauman was called upon, walked the first two batters, and got out of the jam. Huh?
Second base.
Oh, you're right. The 1-0 misses low. It's 2-0. Brauman also had another play that's... That is true. Brauman has another, though, interesting factor, and that one has to do with people forget he gunned down what would have been the game-winning runner at home in that 6th inning. The 2-0 heater's low and away in this right-handed showdown. It's 3-0. So Brauman made a very big name for himself last Classic. He'll try to step in and do it one more time. He's ahead 3-0. The junior awaits. He shows bunt the 3-0. Called strike one as he pulls it back. It's a changeup on the outside edge. Well, for the first time, when we talk about the starter for the Cardinals, Roland Boyd, of course, I called him in Legion, but the junior's been having a good year on the mound, making now his 2nd start of the season. 6 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts over those 6 innings. The 3-1 from the righty. That one's hard hit to the left side. That one's foul. Just no. There's a lot of debate. That was a hot shot over the third base bag that just went foul. Third base coach for the Mavericks was saying it was foul. However, or saying it was fair, excuse me, the home plate umpire overruled him. It was very close. Of course, we'll come back to that one if this game pertains. So a payoff pitch incoming, 3-2, 2 gone. Runner at second, the first runner of the Classic. Brauman trying to hit in O'Connor, who's pitch running for Hankins. The payoff from Boyd, the off speeds over the head of Brauman. It's ball 4. That is going to be a 2-out walk. Well, Boyd now has a strikeout, a walk, and a hit allowed. In comes in one of the best players, again from last year's Classic, John Michael Sheff. The Louisiana Lafayette commit digs into the left-handed box. There's 2 away, runners at first and second. We're scoreless in the opening frame. Boyd will kick and deal. The right-hander misses wide in the right-handed box. It's going to be ball 1. Cardinal Newman, one of the best teams in Skeeza here in South Carolina. They're currently ranked at number 1. Of course, this team was runner-up to Augusta Christian last year in the Skeeza Championship. The 1-0 is beat into the ground, foul to the right side. It'll be 1-1. However, this Cardinal Newman team trying to get back to where they were last year after the loss of, the big one was Austin Laughlin. Laughlin playing at Wofford. Of course, Jeb Britt, USC Sumter, Tristan Neely at Francis Marion. 3 big college-bound seniors on that team last year. It's a lot for a Skeeza team to lose in one season. The 1-1. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. Of course, this Miller School just as familiar with losing talent. Ryan Jones of Patrick Henry Community College. Dom Caffarillo playing at Georgetown. And, of course, the big one was Jackson Ingram, the shortstop, who's now a Mountaineer in West Virginia. It's 2-1 the count. 2 gone. Boyd fires. The off-speed away. Ball 3. Well, Boyd got the first 2 outs fairly quickly after a bunt out from Noah Gray and a strikeout swinging from Drew Lucy. He's now behind the 5-hole John Michael Sheff, and On deck, if it gets that far, Jackson Rosales ready and waiting. Cardinal Newman trying to work out of the jam. The 3-1. Fastball called, strike 2 upstairs. Sheff it through the bat. He'll have to go retreat it, as is a full count pitch incoming. Both Brauman and O'Connor will be running. It's a 3-2 count with 2 gone. Runners at first and second for John Michael Sheff. The junior ready and waiting. One of the top second baseman in Virginia. Runners go, the payoff. Off speed away, ball 4, that'll load him up. Back-to-back walks for Boyd. Loads the bases here for Jackson Rosales.
Right fielder number 27, Jackson Rosales.
Rosales is one of the top outfielders in Virginia in the junior class, hitting .233, but the big number to note, 2 homers and 12 RBIs. Righty on righty, 2 away. Boyd trying to work out of trouble here in the first. The right-hander comes home. The first pitch is high over the head of Rosales, gets away from Tyre. That'll allow O'Connor to come home with the first run of the Classic. It's 1-0 Miller. There we go, first try. Took me a second. So it's gonna be a ball, it's ball 1. Runners now at second and third with 2 outs. Both runners will move up after the wild pitch. Second one of the inning from Boyd. The 1-0. Fastball that's lined to the right side. Over the head of Andrews at first. It'll go down the right field line, a blooper. That will score 2 as Rosales, a 2 RBI double, gives the Miller the early advantage. It's 3-0. Goodness gracious, Alex, I'm doing the wrong thing. Jeff has the away team. You have the home team above the away team on the stream deck. So I'm like instinctively going to the away screen. Cause like you know, yeah. So that's why I'm clicking home. It's I appreciate. So I have my little score bug here to use. And on the score bug, like the little stream deck I have, so I can punch everything in. He has the home team above the away team. So when I'm clicking numbers, when I'm thinking I'm clicking it for Miller, I'm clicking it for Cardinal Newman. Oh yeah, fastball low, ball 1 as Kason Wagner digs into the left-handed box. There we go. Thank you. So, I was wondering. I was like, why do I keep doing that? I feel like it's not like like I know what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh, it's the away team just above it. All right. So it's 1-0 the count, 2 gone. 3-0 lead for Miller in the opening frame of the Classic. Boyd will step off and look back at Rosales at second. That was Rosales' now 13th and 14th RBIs, and he's been hitting very, very well, it seems, over at second. Now 5 in his last 2 games. Boyd trying to work out of trouble here in the first. Already's allowed 3 runs as Miller's jumped out. The 1-0. Fastball up and away, ball 2. Also, for everyone wondering what I use for all these rankings, I'll say this probably once. I use both Diamond Preps and Prep Baseball, kind of a mixture. I think Diamond Preps does a very, very good job of doing stuff in the state. Prep Baseball does another great job. It's just they cover every single state, which stretches there a little more thin. So the actual position rankings for every team in South Carolina, low and away, ball 3, will be more Diamond Preps based. But of course, Miller is not from South Carolina. They're going to be all Prep Baseball. And of course, I will be saying all of the rankings is everything. But if I don't say ranking, it's probably Diamond Preps if you're a South Carolina local team, unless you're Miller. Just for transparency. 3-0 the count, 2 gone. Boyd comes home showing bunts Wagner. He watches it wide. It's ball 4. Runners now at first and second again. What's impressive is Miller's done all of this with 2 outs. And that will bring on Coach Robert Hendrick for the first time. Robert Hendricks leading the top team in Skeeza this season. And the skipper will now talk to his right-hander, who's had some, I mean, it was a good piece of hitting from Rosales, punched it the other way, but of course a blooper that got down for extra bases. We'll be right back here, 3-0 lead for Miller. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's the first inning of the 20th anniversary of the Forest Acres Classic. Miller's jumped out to a 3-0 advantage over Cardinal Newman. Looking to add on, it's the 8-hole Jack Warrington, Righty on righty, first pitch called, strike one, fastball on the inside part of the plate. Hagen's getting loose over there for the Mavericks. You know, he's the starter, but it's been now a 20-minute first inning, meaning he's trying to stay loose in the bullpen. The 0-1. Boyd fires low and away. It's ball one. Ball one. Wow. I'm waking up again. Coffee's starting to kick in, I think. So 1 in, 1 the count, 2 gone. 3-0 lead for Miller here in the opening frame. Looking to add on as they have runners at first and second. It's Rosales at second and Wagner at first. The 1-1. Boyd spikes it in. Nice job there from Tyre to back it down. Now a 2-1 count, though, here to Warrington. Jack Warrington, the senior, coming in today with 3 homers, 6 RBIs. Boyd will step off as Roland, the second baseman, was sort of trying to get in Rosales' head, if you will, but after Roland backed off, that's when Roland Boyd stepped off. Just unfortunate timing. Wind rolling from left to right here across the diamond. Sun pretty much dead in the middle of the sky with it being 11:15 here this morning. Warrington will call time here. Boyd comes home, the off speed, stays away into the left-handed box. It's 3-1. If it gets that far, the 9-hole hitter Will Tomlinson sitting in the on-deck circle. Then the lineup will flip back over. The defending Forest Acres Classic champions have put up a 3-spot as it's a liner to the shortstop. Hooks, catches it, and that will do it. Tough play for Warrington, hit it hard just right at the shortstop. That'll get Cardinal Newman out of the first, but not before Miller tacks on 3. Before we leave, we'll do some housekeeping stuff real quick. So I'm gonna put some background music on as we're gonna talk a little bit about a couple of different things. First and foremost, of course, if you remember from last year, we have a couple of sponsors for this tournament. 2 sponsors I know very, very well. First, I'll talk about one of the teams I called for Legion Ball if you're in South Carolina. There's no better place to look than the Richland 215. The 215 are a Legion baseball team that operate in the summer. It's a way for players to play summer baseball with a lot of the kids they have growing up, staying in those relationships, and, well, it's free. So there's not really much better than Legion. Has some of the top talent of high school and young college around the state and more. Playing Legion, it's a great way to get experience and to continue playing baseball for a long time. I've called players that have high school and have college aspirations, as well as players who are in college and trying to get the extra experience in the summer, as well as players who aren't playing college but just want to have fun and go play some baseball in the summer. Great way all around to look at it. That's the Richland 215. There's also the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. If you need a dumpster roll-off to help out fill anything, you know, they'll do it all for you. They'll roll a dumpster to you. They'll let you fill it up, and then they'll take it away. It's simple, easy, and free. Go to www.bigreddumpstercompany.com, and you can find out more. Both of those are by Chris Dorsey, the owner of the 215 and the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. He's helped me out a ton, and I cannot say enough good things about him. So both of these companies are great people, run by a great person, let me first say that. And of course, they are so helpful. So in that top left, you'll see the roller goes for both of them rolling in and out. All right, so after all my talking, we're gonna do a little bit more. Oh, give me 1 second. Browman? Yes, I said, yeah. All right. Well, all right, we'll go around the lineup real quick. So on the bump, it's Evan Hankins, the lefty. Behind the dish, Drew Lucy. On first, Naomi Ryan. Second, Kason Wagner. Short is John Michael Sheff. Third, Will Tomlinson. Batting in left field, Noah Gray. Center field, Manny Browman. And right field is Jackson Rosales. Through the Cardinal Newman lineup real quick, it's Hart Rowland, Alvin Murray, Connor Hooks, Connor Catiano, there we go. Chaplin Cox, Roland Boyd, Matthew Andrews, Landon Dagenhart, and Alex Abreu. Well, it's the left-handed Tennessee commit on the bump, 1-0, as that one misses into the right-handed box in this left-handed showdown. The 1-0 heater misses wide, it's ball 2. Well, Evan Hankins, of course, pitched against AC Flora last year. He was technically not the winning pitcher after a wild sequence that kept this game 4 hours. The 2-0. Called, strike one, fastball on the outside edge. The 2-1 fastball. That one's off the hands of Roland in the left field. Coming on is Noah Gray, but he'll make the play in shallow left field. It looked like John Michael Sheff was about to call him off, except it was a meeting of the minds that didn't have to happen. So there's one away now here in the opening, or bottom first. Gotta find my stride. It's Alvin Murray, the right fielder, lefty on lefty. Hankins fires. Fastball, I think it's inside, so ball 1. Well, partial a couple of these kids on the Cardinal Newman team. I was able to call them as part of that Richland 215 team, one of the AAA teams that we had. The 1-0 here from Hankins. Fastball is chopped foul behind. Murray was on one of the AAA teams, which is a 17 and under team. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, state champions. The 215 gold team won state this past season, and Alvin Murray was one of those players that had the honor of being on that team. The 1-1 spiked into the ground. Did he go? No, he did not. Murray holds it back. So it's now 2-1. Oh, it's 1-2. Okay, so he didn't say whether he went around the first time. So it's 1-2 the count. Hankins fires the fastball. That one's lined to the right side. It will go foul, staying at 1-2. Well, Cardinal Newman has his senior Alvin Murray. Murray committed to Newberry, one of the top outfielders in this senior class. He leads this team in a couple key categories, but has 3 homers, which is enough power to try to power their way back into this. The 1-2 from Hankins. Called, strike 3. Beautiful off-speed right down the pipe. There's 2 away.
Up next for Cardinal Newman, number 9, Connor Hooks.
That brings up Connor Hooks. A lot of lefties in the top of this lineup, but this one may be the best hitter, hitting .475 through 59 plate appearances. Hankins fires quickly. The fastball off the hands and fouled back. It's 0-1. Hankins working quickly after a long first inning in the box for the Mavericks. Potentially would love to get them back in just as, I guess on the flip side, quicker than they were up. Well, early, excuse me. 0-1. Fastball inside, ball 1. One of the things that impressed me about Hankins when first time I saw him around, when I did all my research for last year's Classic, he jumped out more as a first baseman, but this kid's one of the best pitchers potentially in this Classic as a whole. The 1-1 from the southpaw. That one's off the hands and fouled back. It's 1-2. Hankins pitched a great game against our Falcons last year, and this year he's doing just as well. 18 innings pitched, a 1.94 ERA through that talented Virginia talent pool they have. Just a ton of tough teams Miller's played. The 1-2 off speed, that's ground to the left side. The shortstop, John Michael Chef's got it. He'll throw it across the diamond. Ryan digs out the low throw, and the side is retired. After the Mavericks batted around in the first inning, they go 3 up, 3 down, and the Cardinals will come back onto the field. We return right here on Definite Fiction. All right, welcome back here to the Forest Acres Classic right here on Definite Fiction. 3-0 lead for the Mavericks as the 9-hole. Will Tomlinson digs in as the 9th man in the order. The left-hander watches one stay upstairs. It's ball 1. Roland Boyd back on the hill here for Cardinal Newman. Well, Miller, after getting their first 2 outs of the inning back-to-back, went all a 2-1 rally, 2-out rally as the 1-0 misses wide.
The Cardinal Newman players, please, you cannot be sitting on the railing. Thank you.
But, sorry, I had to listen to the announcement for a second. So Roland Boyd back on the hill, but Miller did all of that damage against him with 2 outs, a 2-out rally, getting 2 hits and 3 runs. The 2-0 fastball called, strike 1 in the inside part of the plate. Now Boyd, who's tasked with getting this tough Miller team through the lineup and out, is back on the hill, seeing if he can continue, try to keep his team in it. The 2-1. That one's hot shot right field line and foul. It'll be 2-2. Long pause here, righty on lefty. Boyd will kick and deal. The fastball stays inside. It's going to be a full count in the first batter in the top of the second. After Tomlinson, it's Gray and Lucy in the inning, 1 and 2. See if they can try to get on the base pass and continue what's been an offensive onslaught. The payoff. That one's grounded over to the right side. Roll, and the second baseman waits back on it. You'll throw it to first, and there's 1 away.
Now batting for Miller, number 1, Noah Gray.
We go back to the top of the order. It's Noah Gray. I wasn't able to really talk about Noah too much, considering I was trying to get everything settled in and just working my way back. It's, you always think you have a lot more time than you do, and then all of a sudden the game really creeps up on you. Well, it's Noah Gray, the sophomore, who takes ball 1. Gray grounded out in a bunt fashion back to the pitcher. Boyd his first go around. Now Gray will look for his first hit as the sophomore, has been doing it at the plate very, very well, hitting .431. The off-speed hits him in the back, though. We'll put a runner on first here in the second inning for the Mavericks, who are back at it again. Oh, that's not good. Sorry, my monitor just fell down. Of course, the Wasn't that windy? Thank you. Just give me 1 second, everybody. I apologize. Maybe on stream for a second, but that's never happened. Ready on, ready, first pitch. Away, ball 1. I'll fix it a little better later, but trying to keep it up right now is going to be the strategy. Ball 2 misses. Runner on first here. Oops, why the heck is that happening? Excuse me, I apologize. What the? Oh, the umbrella got pushed in front of it. I wonder why y'all are seeing my tent, but you're not. All right. Let's hope those are a little better. I'll fix it more in the middle half inning. Apologies for all of that. All right. What a great start to the Classic, everybody, right? So 2-0, 1 gone. Runner at first is Noah Gray after getting hit by a pitch. Pick off back to first, not in time. Nice slide there from Gray. Looked like the throw was in time, but the tag by Andrews did not get down. The left fielder stays alive, and now Drew Lucy, the catcher, has a 2-0 count here. There we go. He does go. It's popped to the right side in the right field. Alvin Murray blocking out the sun with his glove. He'll get under it and make the play for 2 down. That requires Gray to treat back. If it was hit a little harder or a little more shallow, would have been tougher for Gray. Instead, even though he did steal, he was able to get back pretty handily easily. So now stepping back in, Evan Hankins. Hankins had their start of their 2-out rally last inning. He singled right back up the middle. Now he's up again with 2 gone, but a runner at first for him. Pick off to first. This time Gray doesn't get far off the bag. The Wildcats of Lexington starting to show up here for their next game. Their next game's at 2 with Lugoff Elgin. The first pitch to Hankins, called strike 1 on the outside edge. Righty on, lefty 2 gone. 3-0 lead for Miller here in the top of the second. Trying to go back-to-back here after they made a great run in their state playoffs after the Forest Acres Classic. 0-1 misses wide. It's ball 1. Hankins, the RBI leader on this team, coming into today with 16. The 1-1. Off speed into the right-handed box, ball 2. That was a nice stop from Tyre behind the dish. Or 2-1. Runner goes, the 2-1's outside, ball 3 to throw into second, not in time. Successful stolen base for Noah Gray, and now an insurance runner is in scoring position here for Miller. It looks like a changeup into the right-handed box, and they're going to intentionally walk Hankins. So first base is open. They will not let the Tennessee commit do any more damage than he has the chance to do, but however, it doesn't get any easier. Manny Browman, the Tar Heel commit. He walked his first go-around. Now he's up with runners at first and second.
Number 24, Mandela Broven.
It should be Browman, I'm assuming. I have to talk with my PA afterwards. I think we were talking about Browman, but he said Broman. Flora plays tonight at 8. First pitch low, ball 1. That's on the stream for anyone who's confused why I said that. So Flora will always play the nightcap. For just kind of going back through everything. Flora will always play the nightcap. They'll play 8 every single night, except if, of course, they make it to Thursday. Everyone else will fill in the other gaps. I'm pretty sure Miller and Cardinal Newman will both be playing earlier in the day, if I'm not mistaken, for pretty much every day. The 1-0, that one's chopped to the left side, foul. It'll be 1-1. Well, Browman, he had a walk his first go around, then came around and scored off the 2 RBI single, or double, excuse me, from Rosales. It was a muscle double over the first baseman's head. The 1-1. Off speeds in the other box. It's 2-1. Boyd's trying to work through his second inning of trouble. He's already allowed 3 earned runs. Miller's trying to add to it. The 2-1. The right-hander throws low. It's a fastball for ball 3. Miller making their 8th straight Forest Acres Classic appearance. A 2-time winner back in 2024 and 2019. Of course, the defending champions had a great classic last year, now trying to do it in just as hard of a region this year. The 3-1 from Boyd. That one's lined down to the off foul, but it actually hits, looks to be Chef in the thigh. He seems to be all right, though. That was a laser. Well, we're back where we were an inning ago. 3-2 count, 2 gone. Runners at first and second. A 3-0 lead for Miller here in the top of the second. Roland Boyd trying to get his team back to the dugout, give them a chance. Miller trying to pour it on for the #1 team in Skeeza. The payoff on the way. That one's lined in the center field. Coming on is Chaplin Cox. It'll drop in front of him for a base knock. One will score. O'Connor being held at third. Now he gets a late windmill after it's bobbled by Cox. The throw to the plate, not in time. A 2 RBI double for Brauman, and Miller has a 5-0 lead here in the top of the second. Well, Gray, who was running on contact, he scored from second easily. O'Connor, who ran after the bobble by Cox in center, got the late windmill and scored. A 2 RBI double, and Miller has jumped all over Cardinal Newman. Looking to add to it is John Michael Sheff, the left-handed shortstop. The right-hander on the bump trying to fight out of trouble. There's 2 gone, runner at second here in the top of the second. The first pitch from the righty. Called, strike 1 right down Broadway. Chef Joy walk his first go around. The Louisiana Lafayette commit. Looking to continue what was a good tournament from him last year as well. The 0-1 from Boyd, the fastball, that one's lifted into center field. Coming on, Cox, a late jump, he dives in, does he make the play? Yes, he does. Wynn knocked it down, but Cox stays with it and gets Cardinal Newman out of the jam, but not before 2 more runs come across. It's 5-0 when we return. All right, welcome back here to beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. You couldn't really ask for much better. Great weather this week here for the Classic. Supposed to be 70s, little humidity, and hopefully no inclement weather. We'll have to keep an eye on that. So it should be a fun 4 days of baseball as Evan Hankins comes back for the Mavericks. The left-hander on the bump throws a heater away, and we're underway here in the second. It's ball 1. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 here for the Cardinals after they trail 5-0. The 1-0 fastball stays low, maybe a changeup. It's now ball 2. Hankins had a clean first inning. The left-hander, 3 outs and a strikeout. The 2-0. Fastball's chopped to the third base side. It will just go foul over the bag. Tomlinson gave chase but let it go away. Well, it's Connor Catania. Excuse me, I think I'm getting that right. I apologize. It's one of those where you see on the roster and you're like, please, I hope I'm right. So we did ask already, don't worry. But it's one of those I saw like last night doing everything, and I said, well, I have to ask about that one. The 2-1. Fastball, that one's lined to the right field side. Coming on Rosales, he'll make the play in shallow right for out 1. Beautifully played from the right fielder Rosales. That one looked like it had some legs to get down, but it stayed just in the air long enough for out number 1.
Now batting number 4, Chaplain Cox.
That's Chaplain Cox now, the center fielder digging in. The 4th lefty in the lineup here for Cardinal Newman. Wind coming in from left to right. The first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Beautiful changeup there from Hankins. The southpaw on the bump will step off as Cox will step back. Cox, the junior, hitting .231 coming into today, 11 RBIs. He awaits the 0-1. Fastball looks like it's going to be hit right back to Hankins. Flipped over to first in time for 2 away. I thought it was actually off of Cox. I thought it double hit him instead. Seems everything is fine, so now, just like that, there's 2 gone.
Now batting number 2, Roland Boyd.
Roland Boyd will step into the box now for the first time. The pitcher for the Cardinals trying to get their offense going. So far, Hankins has 5 up, 5 down here through his first 5 batters. First pitch called, strike 1. Looks like a fastball on the outside edge against the righty. The senior will kick and deal the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Another heater blown right by Boyd. Hankins making his 5th start, boasting a 2-0 win-loss record. He has the 0-2 count. He comes home and gets another swing and a miss. 3 straight fastballs right by Boyd will do it. Hankins 6 up, 6 down for Miller as they blowing through the first inning. It's a 5-0 lead when we return right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. The Mavericks make the return to Palmetto State and seem to be liking it just as much as they left it. 5-0 lead here against the Cardinal Newman Cardinals, and they look to add some more. It'll be 6, 7, 8 here due up for Miller. It's Jackson Rosales leading it off, righty on righty, as the new pitcher Alex Abreu comes in. First pitch is a fastball low, 88 miles per hour. This kid can sling it. It is ball one though. Rosales got the Mavericks going with a 2 RBI double his first go around. The 0-1 or the 1-0 fastball is low. It's ball two. Well, Abreu is one of the top right-handed pitching prospects in this state. For as a junior, he is now making his 5th appearance of the season. The 2-0 fastball is called strike one. That gyro is upstairs in the zone, but it does work here against Rosales. The 2-1. Fastball low, ball three. Good eye from Rosales. He's drawn 10 walks already this season. He's ahead 3-1. He's trying to flip the lineup back over up top if they can get 5 deep in this inning. 3-1. Off speed, upstairs. It's ball four and a leadoff walk for Rosales.
Now batting number 8, Jason Wagner.
Well, back we go to Cason Wagner. If it wasn't made clear, yes, that is Billy Wagner's son. Cason's playing second here today, and of course, just like Rosales just did, he drew a walk his first go around. Righty on lefty. Runner on first here for the Mavericks. Abreu comes home. It's a fastball away, ball one. That one touched 90. Last time we saw Abreu, he pitched a third of an inning, gave up 3 earned runs against White Knoll. That was last week. Now time is called. They're going to call a balk. I think Abreu was signaling for time on the bump, so he started moving earlier. It was not granted, which that's going to move Rosales to second, and a runner in scoring position for Wagner. The 1-0. Wagner shows bunt. It's ball two away. Fastball low and away. Last year, as a sophomore, Wagner hit .328. This year, not having as great of a year. However, he still has 9 RBIs on the season. He's only hitting .188 in the box, but you know, the second baseman is more of a pitcher, if you will. Runner on second, dancing off Rosales. That pitch is low for ball three. It'll get by the catcher, Tyre, and will allow Rosales to scamper to third. 3 straight balls now. And a runner on third for Miller. The defending Forest Acres Classic champions at 15-5 this year, looking to come in firing. The 3-0. Called strike one, fastball up in the zone. Warrington was making his walk to the box, however, he has to retreat back to the on-deck circle. Kind of made a little joke about it as well. The 3-1. That fastball's high and away, no doubt about that one. It's a 5-pitch walk to put runners at the corners and nobody gone in the top of the third. Well, now Jack Warrington can dig back in for the second time. Warrington lined out to the shortstop his first go around. Righty on righty, nobody gone. Runners at the corners here in a 5-0 lead for Miller. The first pitch, fastball away, ball one. Tyre will fake the throw as Wagner will take second. It was a late break from Wagner, obviously trying to bait a throw. So they're going to be called strike, actually, so it's 0-1. I thought it was outside. Abreu trying to work through the trouble with no outs. The off speed, his first one And the last two batters is wide, a curveball for ball one. It's 1-1. 8-man in the order is up Warrington, 9-hole on deck, and that flips the order over if it gets farther. The 1-1 heater's low and away, it's ball two. The junior trying to work through some trouble here. He's got runners at second and third with nobody out, excuse me. Abreu comes home, the off speed's low and away, it's ball three. First base is open, but we would load him up with nobody gone. Of course, that brings back some bad flashbacks for both Miller and AC Flora after they both loaded the bases up in the extra innings last season. That was one of the craziest and longest games I have ever done, and I have done a lot of baseball. Got some nods in front of me. The 3-1. Called strike two, fastball low in the zone will fill her up. Yeah, we got all the, it's such a fun day with all the scouts out here, all the high school scouts from around the state come out to watch this tournament, one of the best tournaments this state has to offer in anything. The payoff is wide. After working it back full, Warrington draws the walk, 3 straight here to begin the inning, and now that'll load him up for Will Tomlinson.
Up next for Miller.
Well, the left-handed third baseman grounded out to the second baseman Roland his first go-around. Now he's got the bases juiced and nobody gone here in the top of the third. A right-hander Abreu will step off as the wind really whipping in now from right center field. We saw last inning gave Chaplin Cox some trouble in center. As it's really picking up now, this could be very dangerous if a fly ball gets put into the air. Corners in, first pitch, gets away, it's low for a fastball, gets away from Tyre, 1 run will score. The other 2 will move up 90 feet, so no more loaded bases, but now a 6-0 lead for the Mavericks. So first base is open. It comes at the cost of a run as Rosales will just walk home. It's 1-0. The count, nobody gone. 6-0 lead for Miller here against the top team in Skeeza in South Carolina. The 1-0. Fastball is tapped foul to the right side. It'll be 1-1. You know, it's always interesting to see how these teams work through this tournament with it being 4 days, hopefully for everybody. You have to theoretically at least expend 4 pitchers, and that comes with some decisions. It seems Coach Wagner is going to Evan Hankins, one of his true starters. However, Cardinal Newman stayed away from one of their more traditional starters and went with Roland Boyd here today. The 1-1 fastball stays inside. It's ball 2. Just always something to note. It's my favorite thing. I love just the dynamics of this whole tournament to see how teams use their pitchers, and seems just all different strategies array. Like AC Flora last year used them very differently than it seems Miller used them last year. The 2-1 from the right hand of Abreu. Fastball upstairs, it's ball 3. First base is open, but the lineup flips over after Tomlinson. The leadoff Noah Gray awaits on deck. The 3-1. Fastball inside, ball 4 skips away from Tyre, but it's so fast off the net. There's no movement from Wagner over at third. That'll load him up yet again.
7 up the plate, number 1, Noah Gray.
Back to the top we go. It's Noah Gray up for the 3rd time already in this game. Gray, though, 0 for 2. Not his usual self so far. However, the young sophomore could easily change that with one swing of the bat. He's the 5th overall player in that sophomore class in Virginia. Bases loaded, nobody gone. The right-hander throws upstairs, ball 1. Noah Gray leads this team in average, leads the team in on-base percentage. He'd love to use both of those right here to increase this 6-0 Miller lead. The 1-0, big swing and a miss through a changeup down low. It's 1-1. There's some action in the Cardinal bullpen. As the 1-1 will kick and deal from a Brave. That's hard liner to the left side of the hole. That's a base knock into left. 1 run will score. Coming around third on his horse is Warrington. He will stand, and now they got a runner caught between second and third. It's a low throw. The flip to third, not in time. Tomlinson got caught between second and third. He gets to third safely, allowing Gray to get to second. It's a 2 RBI single that gives Miller an 8-0 lead. Well, now Miller has had 5 men come up in the inning. 3 of them are reached, 2 are on the base pass. We'll be right back here. It's all Miller early. All right, as we are getting a pitching change here at the Classic, I'm going to talk about our sponsors yet again. Of course, we have 2 this, really 1/2 this tournament, just the same as last year. Of course, the first one up, the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're a dumpster roll-off company. What they'll do, they'll bring you a dumpster, you fill it up, and they'll take it away. It's simple, easy, and makes your job a whole lot easier. Get that. Go to that website on the screen, www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com, to learn more and to give them a call today to help them out. We're also going to talk about our other ad. That's the Richland 215, the Legion team that operates right here in Forest Acres and one of the Richland County teams. If you want to sign up, go to that QR code on your screen. But why should you sign up? Well, first of all, it's free. Free baseball is always the best kind of baseball. But secondly, it's a great way to play overall in the summer. It keeps you updated with your teammates, gives you some more experience against some of the top talent in the state of the high school and some of the future college talent this state will have to offer. It's a ton of fun. The Florence Legion team actually played their summer collegiate team last year. Again, just multiple ways to get involved and get back, towards what would be helping you play your best baseball. Both are run by Chris Dorsey, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Again, that QR screen, hit that on screen and you can sign up today. Join the 215, a team that has made the state tournament 2 years ago and was the #1 team in their region last year. All step away is GT Oliver, one of the 215 players, is on the bump here for the Cardinal Newman Cardinals. All right, I know it was not a very quick break from me, but we are back here. 8-0 lead for Miller. Runners at second and third with nobody gone in the top of the third. The Cardinals will turn over to one of their more reliable relievers, GT Oliver. The senior now making his 4th appearance of the season, 7 2/3 innings pitched. He was part of that 17 under Legion team we had. As another quick change for them. Cardinals comes in. It looks like it's Rylan Knudsen, another 2-5-er. He's behind the dish. So a new battery, the right-handed Oliver to the right-handed Knudsen. At the dish here for the Mavericks is Drew Lucy, the catcher. He shows bunt, puts it down the left side. It's going to score a run. The third baseman, Dagenhart, throws to first base. It gets away from Andrews. I think it would have been a hit either way. On to second goes Lucy, and he's going to take the hard turn before he holds up. Officially, it's ruled as an error, but it adds 2 more to Miller. A 10-0 lead with still nobody out in the third.
Up next, number 12, Evan Hankins.
Was bunted down the third base line. Dagenhart came on, goes across his body to first. Would have been a tough play either way. It gets away from Andrews at first. So technically, I don't think RBIs are awarded to Lucy. He does stand at second. Now another courtesy runner will come in for the catcher. I didn't actually catch that one. Excuse me. Let me look at Game Changer's my best friend this week. If everyone was not aware of that great app, you should go there right now and see. You can get some stats, get some players' names. If I'm pronouncing them wrong, that'd be great. So awesome. All right. Well, it's up. Evan Hankins back to the dish. Beckett Ryder, this is the courtesy runner at second for the catcher. Oliver, the right-hander, comes home. The off-speed upstairs. It's ball one. Ryder, the freshman, at second. Hankins, the senior, at the dish. Righty on lefty. 1-0 the count, nobody gone. Oliver kicks and deals. Fastball stays inside. Ball two to Hankins. Evans having a good day at the tournament. 1-1, a single and a walk. Of course, he's 6 up, 6 down on the pitching side for the Mavericks. Oliver will wind and deal. The 2-in. Whoa, swing and a miss. Changeup on the outside edge. It's now 2-1. Infield playing back, except for the third baseman, Dagenhart, who's more towards the infield grass. Everybody else shifted right back. The 2-1 misses upstairs and away. It's ball three, and not surprising. I mean, the left-hander has a ton of power. Hankins should have hit a home run last year if just some weird officiating. Of course, everyone knows what I'm talking about. I actually didn't see it, so I don't really know what actually happened. So 3-1. Off speed upstairs, a 5-pitch walk to Hankins. He walks for his second straight at bat. That puts a runner at first and second. For those who are unaware, Hankins actually did have a 3-run homer, which would have buried the Falcons at the time, a 6-run inning. Except it was called that he didn't touch first. Now, of course, Hankins, again, me and Jeff are both following the ball, so we actually don't know. But Hankins said he touched first with his inside foot. Again, with just me not looking at it, I actually have no idea if he did or not. But since he didn't touch first, all of those 3 runners were not allowed to come across since it was a force out at first. So his numbers are kind of diluted in a way, even though Hankins still had a great tournament. It's righty on righty for Brauman. He shows bunt, puts it down to the left side. The third baseman, Dagenhart, has to come on. He whips it across the first. A low throw, not in time. Andrews has to come off the bag to stop it. A bunt single for Brauman. He now has a single and a double today, and that will load him back up for Miller. Still nobody out here in the top of the third. Well, the defending Forest Acres Classic champions up 10-0, and they could really bring the hammer down as the 9th man in the inning will come up, John Michael Sheff. He ended the last one after he lined out to center. It was a nice play from Chaplain Cox to finish off the inning. He's 0 for 1. He's also walked back in the first. Righty on lefty. Oliver will come home. The off speeds away, ball one. The Louisiana commit awaits. Oliver kicks and deals. The 1-0 misses wide. Ball two. John Michael Sheff had a stellar year for the Mavericks at .411 last year, over 107 at-bats. Now he comes in today hitting .242 through 62 at-bats. 6 RBIs, though, could add to it right here. The 2-0 is up and away. It's ball three. Oliver in danger of walking the 11th runner of the game home for Miller. Still nobody out in the third. It's a 3-0 count and the bases are juiced. First baseman Andrews comes in on the infield grass. Oliver, the 3-0. Not close, high, ball four. That'll walk in a run. It's 11-0. Well, back we go. It's Jackson Rosales who led off the inning with a walk. He's now up for the third time today. Rosales had a 2 RBI double in the first. He walked back earlier this inning. Oliver comes home to the righty. He fires and it misses upstairs. It's ball 1. Rosales, the 10th man to come up in the inning. None of them have gotten out for Miller. The 1-0 from Oliver. Misses high, ball 2. Rosales comes into his game scorching hot. 3 of his last 9 with 5 RBIs. He has now 7. The 2-0, swing and a miss. Looked like it was foul tipped into the glove, though, for strike 1 after a changeup was upstairs. It's not just Rosales who comes in on fire. Miller comes in on fire. They've won 14 of their last 15 and 7 straight. The 2-1 was outside but fouled back. It's 2-2 now. Miller started off playing some of the best teams around the area and probably a little outside of the area. And all of a sudden, they've been clicking. Again, won 14 of their last 15 and 7 straight coming into today. They look poised to make a run deep in this tournament. The 2-2. That one's lined the other way through the hole for a base knock. The second baseman was up the middle, Roland. 1 run will score. Coming around third, Brauman. It's offline. That'll get Brauman in standing. As Rosales will go into second. It's a hit and an error awarded, which gives Miller now a 13-0 lead.
Now batting number 8, Mason Wagner.
So a single with an error for Rosales. Scores 2 more runs, 13-0. For continuity, the run rule in this state would be 15 runs, so 15 through 3 and 10 through 5. Miller is 2 away from hitting that. Well, the 11th man in the inning, Kason Wagner. Earlier this inning, he walked, and back in the first, he walked. Righty on lefty. Wagner awaits. He pops that one to the left side. Coming in and over is Hooks, the shortstop, but he quickly runs out of room. After it looked like Dagenhart and Boyd both stopped in their tracks. Hooks still tried to give chase. It'll be a long foul for strike number 1. The 0-1. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Well, Wagner, who is still not allowed an earned run on the bump this season, comes into the day 2 of his last 10 with 5 RBIs as well. We just saw Rosales add to that total. We'll see if Wagner can here. The 1-1. Called strike 2, changeup on the outside edge. The 1-2 from Oliver. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. Wagner goes down looking for out number 1 here in the third. Nice pitch from Oliver. Looks like he painted the outside part of the plate against the lefty, and now the DH, Jack Warrington, comes back in. Warrington 0 for 1 with a line out and a walk. There's now 1 gone, runners at second and third here in the top of the third, a 13-0 lead for Miller. Righty on righty, Oliver fires home. The off-speed misses inside, ball 1 just by a touch. Warrington leads the Mavericks with 3 homers this season. He awaits the 1-0. Oliver fires, called strike 1. Off-speed hit the top part of the zone in the outer third. Both corners are in. Well, now they retreat a little farther back. It looks like Dagenhart, the third baseman, is playing even with the bag. Andrews, the first baseman, is on the infield grass. The 1-1 off speed dips away out of the zone for ball 2. Looked like a sweeping curve or a slider. I'm not really sure what it was. It's now 2-1. The 2-1 from Oliver. That one's golfed into left field, but it will quickly hook foul into the forestry. Looks like Warrington got ahead of the off speed. It'll be 2-2 now. You know, I had a ton of fun doing all this stuff. I mean, I think I did Miller a couple days ago, but doing Cardinal Newman yesterday, got to watch the end of the Masters and fill all this stuff out. Just a ton of fun for me, and long day, even though it was my off day, but still a long day. Everything all works into one. 2-2, swing and a miss. Off speed upstairs for strikeout number 2 back-to-back, and out number 2 here in the inning.
Up next, number 3, Will Tomlinson.
Now it's the 9-hole Will Tomlinson back up. Tomlinson has walked and grounded out so far in his 2 plate appearances thus far. The lefty digs in with 2 on and 2 out. Oliver, the right-hander, kicks and deals. Fastball away, ball 1. Hankins keep trying to stay warm over there. It's been a long inning. Another one here for Miller at the plate. Try to continue it right here, Tomlinson. Oliver will step off, look Rosales back at second, but with no hold, Rosales doesn't really move. Kind of looks, the shortstop looked at rolling. The second baseman's like, what am I supposed to do, cover? The 1-0. That one's fouled back, nicked. Looks like off speed on the outside edge, so it's 1-1. The 1-1 from Oliver, the off speed in the right-handed box. Knudsen has to slide over. It's now 2-1. Wing kicks back up, left to right. 2-1 the count from Oliver. The right-hander comes in and hits Tomlinson on the back. It's his first hit batter and allows Tomlinson to go to first, and that'll load him up here again for the top of the order. The 14th man coming up in the inning will be Noah Gray. Gray, making now his 4th plate appearance, has singled, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out to the pitcher, and a bunt attempt. Bases juiced, 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. Miller already has 8 come across this inning. Looking to finish off Cardinal Newman right here, right now. Cardinal Newman trying to fight at least another inning longer. First pitch. That one's lined to the left side through the hole for a base knock. One will score. Coming around third is Rosales. The windmill, the good throw to the plate. Not in time. Knudsen has to just knock it down. The throw into second gets away. And now a runner coming home from third to throw from Roland. Not in time. The slide gets by Knudsen. It's a single that brings home 3 runners. And the Mavericks have a 16-0 lead. So Noah Gray singled through the left side of the infield for a base knock. Coming home was Chef. Rosales got home after the first one. It looked like Tomlinson was going to get thrown at the plate. He slid around the tag from Knudsen. So a 3 RBI single for Gray. Gives Miller a 16-0 lead. Now an 11-run inning as the 2-hole Drew Lucy comes up. Righty on righty. Off speed upstairs, ball 1. Lucy 0 for 3, a strikeout, a flyout, and he reached onto the error earlier this inning. Oliver kicks and deals. The 1-0. That one's slicing the other way down the right field line, but it will curve and hook foul. That would have been dangerously triple territory for Lucy, who's got some speed, but instead he has to retreat back to the box. Lucy has 13 RBIs coming in on the season, looking for some more damage. 1 in, 1-2 gone, runner at third. The pitch to Lucy, that one's lifted into right center field. Coming on, Chaplin Cox, the center fielder. He loses the hat, but makes the one-handed grab to finish off the third inning. However, Miller came up scorching here. An 11-run inning for the Mavericks. That brought their a lineup in 2/3 through the order. A 16-0 lead when we return right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's a 16-0 lead for the Miller Mavericks as they're trying to end this game in 3. Cardinal Newman, who's been held hitless today, needs 2 runs to continue this game to the 4th. It's the left-handed Evan Hankins, who quickly got the wind-in deal to the left-handed Matthew Andrews. First pitch is low, it's ball 1. The 1-0. The southpaw fires. The fastball is fouled back. It's 1-1. You know what I said back in the first inning, Heaven impressed me as a pitcher. He's continuing to do so right now. 6 up, 6 down. That includes 2 punch-outs. The southpaw will wind and deal the 1-1. That one's hard on the ground to the second baseman. Wagner waits back on it, throws the first in time. There's 1 away.
Up next, number 16, Landon Dagenhart.
Landon Dagenhart, the right-handed third baseman, will come up for the first time today. Dagenhart so far 0 for 7 on the season, but 1 RBI. First pitch to him, off speed, big swing through a changeup. It's 0-1. Next on deck is Lexington and Lugoff Elgin. That game begins at 2. Swing and a miss throw. Back-to-back changeups. Puts 2 by Dagenhart. The 0-2 on the way. Fastball low. It's ball 1. Hankins, the southpaw, kicks and deals. The 1-2 is fouled back off the catcher's mask. Staying alive is Dagenhart. Well, tomorrow, Lugoff Elgin will play the Miller School, as Lexington will get this Cardinal Newman squad. Cardinal Newman plays at 11. Miller will play at 2. Again, they're both in bracket B, so all of these teams will play each other eventually. The 1-2 from Evan. That one's popped to the right side, quickly curling out of play towards the Wildcats. They have to retreat as that ball just goes behind their grandstands they're sitting on. Well, it's a 16-0 lead for Miller. 1 in, 2 the count, 1 gone here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hankins trying to go 9 up, 9 down. Would be very impressive and their hope to repeat as Forest Acres Classic champions. The 1-2. Fastball upstairs. Good eye from Dagenhart. It's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That one's poked to the right side. It will go foul. Dagenhart staying alive. What this Cardinal Newman team has been trying to do all season is fill in the gap that there are 3 college commits left. Again, Laughlin, Britt, and Neely, all leaving off of this Skeeza team, and they have been filling it very well. Alvin Murray having a great season, but the bottom of the order has been producing as well. The 2-2. That one's fouled back. It was an off speed that almost fooled Dagenhart, but he just got the end of his bat on it. Give credit to the young sophomore. He is fighting Hankins tooth and nail in this at-bat. It's still a 2-2 count. Some defensival changes, moving people over for Miller. The 2-2 is away. It's ball 3, and that'll fill her up. They're moving the shortstop, John Michael Sheff, back into the hole. So it seems like the whole infield is playing back here for the right-handed Dagenhart. Well, the payoff with 1 gone. Hankins kicks and deals. The pitch is fouled back. A heater at 85. He dialed it up to try to get Dagenhart to swing and miss, but again, the sophomore fights him off. On deck, it's Alex Abreu, and the lineup could flip over if it gets that far. Again, Cardinal Newman needing 2 runs to keep this game alive going to the 4th. Hankins, the payoff again, swing and a miss. A fastball blown by Dagenhart after a stellar at-bat between both parties. That round goes to Hankins, and there's 2 away.
Stepping up to the plate, number 7, Alex Abreu.
So now the 9-hole Alex Abreu will step up for the first time today. Abreu was one of those key pieces on the team that became runner-up in Skeeza. The southpaw deals to the righty, fastball away, ball 1. Last season, Abreu hit .302 with 8 RBIs. This year, it's been a little slower for him, but he does have a homer on the year. The 1-0, swing and a miss through a changeup. It's 1-1. For a while, Abreu's 1 hit was a homer. He started 0 for 14 and 1 for 21, but has since then picked it up. A homer and 7 RBIs on the season for the righty. The 1-1 is spiked, a fastball. It's 2-1. The 2-1 from Evan Hankins. That one's grounded onto the right side, muscle to Wagner. The second baseman's got it, flips it to first, and that'll do it. Well, Miller, in their looks to be their quest to repeat, starts off strong and firing. A 16-0 run rule victory in 3 innings over Cardinal Newman, who gets held hitless. We saw this last year with Oceanside Collegiate. They got run ruled by River Bluff and then came back to play on day 3. Cardinal Newman looks to bounce back tomorrow, as it seems Miller will have a strong chance to repeat as Forest Acres Classic champions. So next game will be Lexington and Lugoff. That will begin at 2. Keep an eye on the channel just in case that game starts earlier, but that'll do it for me, at least this one. 1 out of 14 in the books. We'll see you soon for game number 2.